Well, fortunately, the next match did have, all the in-ring stuff did matter, because it's Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's title match. The build-up to this match has been so strange that I wasn't sure what to make of this match, and I'm not sure anyone else did either when it started. Everyone was booing Nyla Rose and cheering for Baker, so it seemed like the champ is the babyface, but then Baker is in control for so much of this match that she's getting the heat on Rose, which is a thing the babyface usually don't do. Things do kind of pick up for me when they start focusing more on trading big moves. It gets to some really cool stuff towards the end. What was the stuff that happened? Oh, yeah. Okay, so the key thing that happened in this match was that at some point Baker goes to the belt while Rebel is, was it Rebel? Reba, not Rebel. Well, Reba, not Rebel is distracting the ref, and she throws the belt to Nyla Rose and flops over, doing the Eddie Guerrero spot. Vicky, seeing this happening in action, grabs the ref and distracts her so that Nyla Rose throws the belt back at Baker, and when Baker's trying to explain it to the ref, Nyla Rose hits her with the Beast Bomb, right?
Yeah, really cool sequence. It is Rebel, by the way.
Rebel, not Reba. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to get that right one of these days. Rebel, not Reba.
It's tough.
First name Rebel, last name not Reba.
Exactly.
The crowd popped for that big time. That was good, and, the ending was really good as well. Eventually, Baker gets Nyla Rose into the lockjaw, but Rose doesn't tap out immediately. I think this is the longest that anyone has held off on the lockjaw, because normally it's an immediate tap out, which is why you have to avoid it as best as possible. But Nyla did manage to hold out for 5-10 seconds on it before eventually tapping out. So that was a good spot, and the crowd really loves Baker. So even if it started out kind of choppy, it had a good finish to it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the match was good. I think that they didn't do themselves any favors with the build-up, because I was kind of confused who was the face and who was the heel. And I think the crowd just likes Britt Baker too much for her to be a heel right now. But that being said, like you said, I think they did a good job of putting Nyla over even in a loss. And I think Britt Baker's great. In my opinion. So yeah, it was a good match. I really liked it. And that lockjaw is, I would hate to be in a lockjaw. That looks awful.
I don't know. It's one of the moves where I buy wrestling moves, they're not always realistic and all that. But that's the one where it's just bite down.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, they have to do something with the teeth, right? So I guess that's a compromise.
It's better than having her knock people's teeth out. At least.
Yeah, that would be a lot of dense. Well, it'd be good for her business.
I mean,
she'd get a lot of patience. So
yeah,
but good match.
Unfortunately, though, we can't just leave it there, because it turns out that Baker got injured during this match. It seems that she broke her wrist during the Death Valley driver spot, so she's going to be out of action for a bit. I made a joke about this on one of our first podcasts, that Baker might be worried about getting back in the ring with Nyla. And yeah, I can't believe it myself. It actually happened. I watched the footage again of the Death Valley driver spot. Baker has her hands crossed on Nyla's side, and it looks like Nyla landed more on her side than on her back when she dropped down for the move. So she might have crushed it then.
Ugh.
I don't know. If you're supposed to go flat on your back for that, or if you kind of roll to your side or on your back as you go from side to back. But I don't know. In any case, it looked like something was wrong, because Baker rubs her wrist after she goes down. Still, this is pretty early in the match, and she used it for the rest of it. So hopefully it's not too bad of an injury. But yeah, that's such a shame that happened right now of all times. It's worse for Baker, but you got to kind of feel sorry for Rose there, who has been trying so hard recently. But
yeah,
stuff like this still happens, and it's not really anyone's fault. It's just a slight turn in the rotation. Yeah, wrestling. It's all wrestling.